Hello again, Gregg, the News Tribune here at Lumen Field in Seattle. They're already getting the field set up for tomorrow's soccer doubleheader of the OL Reign and Seattle Sounders playing tomorrow afternoon, evening. What did we learn tonight, Saturday night, from the Seahawks preseason victory finale, 27-0 over the Chargers. It was reserves on reserves. The Seahawks played 5 starters total on the 22 between offense and defense. 2 starting offensive linemen, Kyle Fuller at center, Damian Lewis at left guard, and that was it. Russell Wilson didn't play the whole preseason, neither did DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Chris Carson. You know about Dwayne Brown and Quandre Diggs holding out, holding in, being in but not practicing, and then not playing. Carroll, by the way, said after the game he has had a very good conversation, many of them, with Quandre Diggs, and he didn't sound too concerned about any of this situation with Diggs wanting a new deal. He said that he loves him. He loves him as a player and as a person. He is very vital to this team. He could come out right out and say that Diggs would play in the opener, but again, it would be a more than $300,000 proposition if Diggs decided to skip that game. NFL mandatory finding of a game check if you just skip a game. Same with Dwayne Brown, $555,000. He's at risk for missing if he decides not to play any game, so they're going to play. What we learned tonight, though, back to that, the biggest takeaway I got from this game is Shane Waldron's offense. We saw tonight what I've been seeing in practices all August, and that is the very diversified, very varied formations, use of personnel. They didn't use starters to do it, although Gerald Everett and Will Disley started on offense at tight end. A lot of 2 tight end sets, a lot of run and pass out of 2 tight ends, a lot of tight ends flexed out, and there was the tight ends galore, and they were doing all kinds of things. They had 2 tight ends on the left side with one as an inside wing. Tyler Mabry did that one time inside Cam Sutton. They had Sutton split out in the second quarter. Shane Waldron did out wide in a tight bunch formation in the left slot with 2 wide receivers with him. They had I formation. Can you believe in 2021 an actual I formation with 2 tight ends, one on either side on a 3rd and 1 coming out of a timeout. Alex Collins was an actual real live tailback like it was 1970s Ohio State Woody Hayes football. Nick Ballore came back over from starting as the linebacker tonight, middle linebacker, with Bobby Wagner sitting out again. And he was the fullback, a real live fullback, which is what he's listed as on the roster, but he's a special teams captain and Pro Bowler for that. He barely plays fullback in recent years for this team. Collins got 6 yards following Ballore around left tackle Stone Forsythe on that 3rd and 1 play. They are going to vary their formations, their personnel. Gerald Everett is going to be all over the place. Just that one drive in the second quarter, they got a field goal out of a 14-play drive. The way they use the 2 tight end sets and run and pass, and how they flex the tight ends out, that is a big glimpse of how this offense is going to look this year and how different it's going to be with Gerald Everett in particular. I took that as my biggest takeaway of finally some of the wraps coming off this offense and how it's going to look starting September 12th against the Colts. Alex Collins, to me, should be the 2nd running back, period. I know they're trying to get Rashad Penny in that role. They've been trying to get him healthy and in that role for 4 years now. Penny missed a lot of this month, injured yet again. It's the last year of his contract. I know he's a first-round pick from 2018. You know it too, but you saw tonight, the coaches saw what we all saw. Alex Collins down to 210 pounds, about 10 pounds less than he weighed as a rookie here in 2016 when he was a 5th-round pick out of Arkansas. He's too big then. Now he's fast enough and nimble enough on his feet, the Irish dancer is, without the excess weight to make guys miss. And you saw Chargers flying all over the place, flailing and tackling air. Saw it in the first quarter on a swing pass that set up Collins' 5-yard touchdown run. You saw it on the catch and reverse field run in the second quarter for 14 yards that got them into Jason Myers into very easy 30-yard field goal range instead of 45 yards or more. He was making 5, 6, 7 tacklers miss tonight en route to about 7 yards per touch by halftime. Rashad Penny had 3 yards per touch. That's the pure numbers of it. The eyes tell me, and from what I saw all month, the availability and the fact that he is making people miss, that Alex Collins should have a higher role in this offense than Rashad Penny. I don't know if that means Penny makes the team. You could even get him through waivers. He's been so invisible in his 3 seasons so far, but first-round picks often don't escape NFL personnel guys. If they tried to get him onto the practice squad, again, you can put veterans of any experience on practice squads now. He'd have to go through waivers first on Tuesday to into Wednesday, and there may be a team that claims him. So do you cut Rashad Penny with 1 year left on his deal? You didn't already take a 5th-year option on him. It sure looked tonight that Alex Collins should be running back number 2 behind Chris Carson. We saw Darrell Taylor. He looked fast and great. This time, for much of camp and even in practices, he was taking too deep a route to the quarterback and going beyond and behind him. He started doing that in the first quarter tonight. And then in the second quarter, he started cutting inside and flattening his pass rush out. You saw 1.5 sacks. He got inside the tackle twice, doing cutting his pass rush off, a more sharper and flatter pass rush. That's why they drafted him in the second round last year. He missed the whole year, of course, after the leg surgery. Tonight, Darrell Taylor looked like the rush end guy that they drafted him to be last year. Very encouraging for Seattle as well. Tons more I could talk to you about now. I don't want to go on and on late at night on a Saturday. It's all online at thenewstribune.com and on Twitter at GBellSeattle. Thanks for watching.